Okay, today we're going to start solving volume equations. So if you look right down here, it tells you the formula for a volume of a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is just a box, like a tissue box or a candy box or a shipping box, any kind of box. That's a fancy name for a box. It's a rectangular prism. But I want you to look right here at the formula. It's on your star reference chart, so you don't need to memorize it. This is volume equals length times width times height. They do the L like this, so that's length, width, height. Just because I guess they just think if you put a regular L, it'll look funny and mess you up. So that's the formula. Now we're going to look at some numbers to plug in. Let's look at this. Now we know that the area, the volume, we just said is length times width times height. So now we just have to find the numbers and plug in length. What is the length of this box? Well, if you look right here, the length of this line is 6 meters. That's how long it is. I'm not going to put the meters. Now the width, how wide is our box? Well, if you look right here, this tells me how wide my box is, which is 4. And height is just going to be how tall it is. And if you look right here at this one, here it is. This is how high and tall I am, so it's 3. So fabulous. Now that I've plugged in my numbers, now I need to do the math. So 6 times 4 is 24. Bring your 3 down because we didn't use it. Sometimes my pen does funny things. And now we have 24 times 3. So if you need to, come over here. It's absolutely fine. And do the math if you can't do it in your head. That's fine. So right here we know that the volume is going to equal 72. Now listen to this. Meters cubed. Now area was squared. Volume is always cubed. And we write it with the exponent. The exponent is 3 always in a volume problem. Okay? So exponent of 3. It's cubed. All right. Now let's try one that's a little bit different. Some fractions. We don't get to freak out though, okay? Volume equals length, width, height, all multiplied by each other. So here we go. Let's find the length. How long is it? Look right here. How long is it? It is 3.5. Okay, now width. Width. How long? Width. How wide is it? Look right here. This is how wide I am. So 3. That's a multiplication sign. And then we're going to find the height, which means how tall is it? This right here. This is how tall it is. So that's going to give me 1.5. Now the only difference in this one is it's fractions, and it's okay because we know how to do fractions. The first thing we're going to do, this is multiplication. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn them all into improper fractions. So this is 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7/2 times 3 over 1 times 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3 times 3/2. So multiply straight across the top. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 times 3 is 63. If you can't do that in your head, come over here. It's absolutely fine. Okay, right here, 2 times 1 is 2. Is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm trying to show you and do it at the same time. So right here, I'm right here. I have 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. So that's what we have. Now we have to flip it back into an improper fraction. I'm going to come over here where I have room. Top in. Bottom out, and this is just division. So we will say the volume, I kind of ran out of room down here. Volume equals 15 3/4, this is inches, and remember what we said? Cubed. All right, so now that we've looked at that and I've kind of introduced it to you, we're going to practice some together.